It's time now for the Art Connection of East Texas. The Art Connection of East Texas is sponsored by the Judy Kunzman team at Keller Williams Realty. They sell real estate with a smile. Now let's welcome your host and co-host of the Art Connection of East Texas, Nita Fran Ward and Cindy Trimble.
Good morning. This is Art Connection of East Texas. We are so glad to be here, and it's good to have you back. Cindy, I missed you last week.
I woke up out of town late and thinking I had missed the radio show, so I'm delighted to be here in a punctual manner.
And we made it through it, but it was hard without you.
Oh,
it was hard.
Well, I missed you all. Welcome
Thank
back. Hi,
you.
East Texas. Good morning.
Yes, and we are so glad to have our own Tylerite, Larry Lott, with us this morning, and Larry has a lot to talk about in his field of art, so we're going to get into that in just a moment. And we always do our two community service announcements, and this morning we want to encourage people to go over to the Tyler Museum of Art, and Mary McCleary, Mark Lewis, and Lance Lechner have an exhibition there, and it will run through September the 18th. And all of you know that the Tyler Museum is over on the TJC campus on South Mahon Avenue. And interestingly enough, when I found this information about the Tyler Museum of Art show, Cindy had just come back from Galveston and was telling me about meeting this woman and this wonderful art show that she had, and the ladies from Nacogdoches come to find out it's the same woman. So, Cindy, talk about that experience.
Well, they're in Galveston. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. We had a good time in Galveston last weekend for my birthday. We went to the art museum there, and Mary, I got to meet her in person. So her art was so beautiful. I love collage and mosaic work, and hers was just so refined and detailed. And it was just through networking that I had a good fortune of meeting her and seeing her art in person, and then coincidentally, you putting these two pieces together.
And I did not realize that.
See how that works?
Yes, and the interesting thing about her art, and I haven't been over, but I want to go over and see, she takes rolls of paper or items and rolls them up, and she puts them into these mosaics.
It's like scrolled.
Yes, so they're scrolled.
And you'll have, like, she had a bee. I was like, look at the little bee. It's a little detail.
It's a finding thing. You look up at it, and she finds these things, and she puts them in, and then you find them. And so it's its own
kind of a treasure map.
Yes,
if you will,
it is, and it's absolutely beautiful.
So we'll encourage everyone to go and take a
only
look.
work in paper?
No, from the article that I read, Larry, there's several things that she works in, several ways that she does this, and sometimes she does use pieces of literature that she brings into it. The written word.
So it's very
really, yes, it is very interesting. So
I gave her my card and I said, hey, maybe we'd like to have you on the radio show. So please, we're going to find Miss Mary. We're out looking for you.
and I think you have some contact information.
Absolutely.
That we can get, and we can always call the museum. But if you want to go by the Tyler Museum of Art, go by over there. They're open from 10 a.m. to 5 Tuesday through Saturday, 1 to 5 on Sunday, but they're closed on Mondays. So, and they also serve lunch, so that's a really good thing to know. And
their soup is what they're famous for.
Yes, and go and have a good time at the Tyler Museum of Art. And if you're not a member, join, because that's a great way for us to support the arts in East Texas.
Well, you did a fun little surprise, because you surprised me this morning with that information.
I did.
So, wow, that was a neat connection.
And the other thing we want to talk about, we have another community service announcement. And Cindy, kind of speak to that, because this is an upcoming event that's going to be in the next few weeks.
Again, we're famous for moving parts. And so this is another Tyler Fashion Week is going to be happening officially September 9, 10, and 11. It's a 3-day journey from the world of men's fashion, children's fashion, bridal, jewelry, women's. We're going to be having some tea room, cocktail modeling. There's going to be a fashion show with Larry Lott. I guess you could speak a little bit more about that at your interior design studio.
Yeah, we just moved downtown into a 15,000 square foot warehouse. And so for 3 days, they're going to have fashion shows going on there.
Oh, my goodness. So that's your expertise. And even just kind of jumping in, you studied in Paris for fashion.
I did. I went to school, and I graduated from TJC on the National Dean's List here in Tyler. And then I went to El Centro Community College in Dallas and graduated the most outstanding design student.
Not surprising.
And I went on to Paris and studied a 6-week course in Paris.
What did you take away from studying in Paris? What was the most
Oh,
meaningful?
wow. That was 8 hours of class a day, 7 days a week.
Wow.
Very intense.
Whoa.
Can you speak French?
No. It was all
Parlez-vous français?
right. If you ask people in France in French, can you speak English? They'll say yes. But if you ask them in English, they'll say no.
Interesting. Have fun.
That's how you ask the question. But that led you to 10 years of successful designing fashion in Dallas, correct?
That's correct.
And now interior design. So we'll talk a little bit more about
Yeah,
that.
we're going to really get into Larry's life and how he does his work. We always want to thank our sponsors. We thank Larry Lott because Larry's one of our sponsors, and Larry's going to talk more in a few minutes about this wonderful sale that he's got going on in his new space. We thank Brad Bergfield Agency, Gold Leaf Gallery. Brad and Gold Leaf have been on board ever since we started, and Judy Kunzman team. And we really appreciate Judy being our lead-in sponsor. I want to talk about ACET Network later and give you some more information about that. And ACET Network wants to welcome Kathleen Bass as our marketing director. She's going to be out there working with the artist and to explain to them what it will mean to them if they become a member of ACET. So
What a dynamic ball of energy she is.
yes,
Hi,
she
Kathleen.
is.
We're so excited to have you on
She's
board.
delightful, isn't she? And she's got a history in selling art, so it was a real great fit for her to be part of us. And I'm headed on Monday up to the Painters Guild in Mineola. It's called the Mineola League of the Arts. And Kathleen's going with me, and we're going to go up there, and we're going to talk about ACET.
You've been traveling around a little bit.
Yes, we are.
Went to
and we're
Arkansas and-
getting the word out there about the Art Connection of East Texas.
Fantastic.
That's the whole idea behind this. So, Cindy.
Nita Fran, Larry
Yes.
Lott, here we are. We've been having so much fun.
Yes, we are. Larry, talk a bit about your sale first, because we want people to certainly be mindful that you have this going on, and give us the dates that you're going to continue it.
Okay, for the summer, we're going to be open Tuesday through Friday, 512 East Ferguson. We're going to celebrate the grand expansion with 40 to 75% off everything in stock.
No way.
Yes.
You're finally doing it. I can't believe it.
We have so much merchandise. We're packed to the rim.
You just like to shop. That's your problem. But that's a good problem
yes,
because you have such a beautiful taste.
Thank
And
you.
you bring so much inspiration to every room and design that you do. And you've really inspired me this year and taught me so much. And honestly, I really want to thank both of you. Larry was like, hey, Cindy, you're going to go do this with Nita Fran. I was like, okay, let's do a radio show. And here we are, all three of us this morning.
It was kind of a made to fit, wasn't it?
It was.
Well, Larry, some people may not really know the location of this, and tell them how to get there. It's very easy to get there once you know.
It is.
Downtown
It's-
Arts District.
Yeah, and it's one block off of Beckham on Ferguson Street, right behind
Yes.
Cornerstone.
And you turn left.
Yes.
Be sure and turn left. I don't know that you can even turn right.
I don't think you can.
I
do
don't
it.
think
It's a
you
one-way
can.
street, and you cannot judge a book by the cover. Looking at this building from the outside, you're like, really? And then you walk inside, and you're like, oh, it is Larry
Well, but I
Lott.
drove by it the other day, and it's kind of an Art Deco kind of building.
Mid-century
isn't it?
modern, yeah.
Yeah, it is. And there were several cars there. And you have a very nice parking lot, so and I saw your signs, a clearance sign.
When we
so
had such that fun
it's
art
easy.
show this past October down there, and it just, was so much fun, and so the fun gets to continue down there now.
Yeah, we're looking forward to doing more art shows down there.
Oh, I know. We've got some great things in the works, all the way even through spring. We're already planning. So everybody better stay tuned and get their calendars marked every Saturday.
That's what we're about, Art Connection of East Texas, connecting those artists. And Larry, when you turn in and park in the parking lot, there's also parking across the street if the lot's busy.
Yes, both the two parking lots.
And then the door that you go in is, if you're facing the building, is to the right, up the ramp.
Yes,
Right.
uh-huh.
There's steps
That's
and a ramp
correct.
to go up in, and it's Tuesday through
Through Friday for
Friday.
the summer.
for the summer. You're not open Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Correct.
Okay.
But you can't believe how much space is there, and you can't believe that all of that was packed into that little teeny tiny space at Burkeville.
That's what I can't believe still.
But when
All
you
right,
talk about traffic
we're going
flow.
to take a break, and we have to be out of here, so we're going to be back in a few minutes.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Search KTBB in the App Store. It's free for iPhone and Android thanks to Tyler Ford.
Are you looking for an excellent and professional real estate team? Judy Kunzman and her team of professionals at Keller Williams Realty are ready and excited to help you with your real estate needs. With Judy having 20 plus years of experience, she's definitely the person to have working for you. She brings her enthusiasm and professionalism required to get you to the closing table. And Judy will make buying or selling a home easier for you. Call the Judy Kunzman team today, 903-581-0111. They're selling real estate with a smile.
Hi, Bill Coates. I wear two hats here at KTBB at ESPN Radio. One of those hats is talk show host. The other is salesperson. It's while wearing that second hat that I want to talk to you about your printing. As much as the internet has changed how we sell, it's nevertheless true that how we look and function in print has a material impact on how well we succeed. That's why the management here counts on Hudson Printing and Graphics. For our sales collateral material, Hudson Printing is indispensable. We know that in a competitive environment, the impression that we create in print can make the critical difference. Hudson Printing helps us win that battle for a good first impression. Their graphic design staff, together with the latest digital color printing technology, creates sales material that looks great and delivers our story, all at a price that makes sense in a cost-conscious business environment. To be your best, you need to look your best. Hudson Printing and Graphics can help. You'll find them online at hudsonprint.com. Hudson Printing and Graphics.
When you think of a metal building, does something ordinary come to mind? If it does, then you aren't thinking a Mueller custom building. With our in-house engineers ready to design complex projects, we think beyond the normal standard of metal buildings. From something as simple as adding a lean-to for your boat or RV to designing a 3-in-1 home, workshop, and storage facility, we manufacture your building to suit your needs. And the customization doesn't stop at design. Mueller offers more than 30 designer colors to get the look you desire, along with a 30-year limited paint warranty to get the peace of mind you deserve. Our highly trained sales staff is here for you, offering face-to-face customer service at 29 locations across the Southwest. Go online at MuellerInc.com to find a branch near you. And while you're there, view our extensive photo gallery, which shows how Mueller thinks outside the metal box. Give us a call at 877-2-MUELLER to start your metal building or roofing project today. That's 877-268-3553.
What if you could totally transform the way you enjoy your own home?
Usually someone wants a sunroom because they want additional living space.
Tina Chambliss, owner of Bullard Siding.
They may want a quiet place to sit and read the paper and drink their coffee in the morning. They don't want to deal with the insects or the heat or the cold. We want to see what's outside without being out there.
A custom-created sunroom will enhance the enjoyment of your home while adding real value.
Our sunrooms are made with the same windows that we install as a replacement window. It has the same warranty. There's a lifetime warranty against sill failure. We also want the sunroom to look like it's a part of the home. It's custom designed for the house it's going on.
Let Bullard Siding be your home improvement resource. Bullard Siding, more than 70 years, serving Tyler and East Texas. Online at bullardsiding.com. Bullard Siding.
Whether you're camping at Tyler State Park, getting your ride gassed up, or finding something sweet to eat, stop by State Park Exxon. State Park Exxon has all the fishing and camping supplies you need. Plus, they have 16 flavors of their homemade gelato Italian ice cream. And be sure to ask for State Park Exxon's world-famous fudge. State Park Exxon, it's an East Texas oasis on Highway 14 across from Tyler State Park.
Support the folks that support us. Search the advertiser directory at ktbb.com. ktbb.com. Hosted by Group M7.
We were talking as we were on break and as we were coming in the building that all three of us being Tylerites, I went to TJC, Larry went to TJC.
Briefly.
And
Went to California quick as I could, sorry.
and our sweet little Cindy did for
a brief
day,
moment in time.
A day.
Semester. Our
A
house
semester,
burned right
but
then, so that was
that's
kinda
right.
my
That's when
tragedy
they had a
that
tragedy
changed.
in the home, and she went off to California. But we still are all from Tyler, and we're all back.
Yes.
And I think this is repeated so many times, how people, they leave and then they come back home, and how wonderful it is to be back and see the wonderful city that we have.
And the deep-rooted heritage, and there's just a kindred love. Los Angeles, it's like people don't look you in the eyes. It's like we wear sunglasses so we don't have to make eye contact, you know. So it's really lovely being back in the Friendship State.
It is, and developing those new friendships, because at my age, not knowing either of you, then to come back in and start meeting the different levels of ages of people and all of their rich histories and the things that you have done, Larry. So let's pick back up on your life. But first, what I want you to do is I want you to tell people your thought when you decided to move into this large area. You had a vision that you wanted to complete.
Yes, I was so excited to find a warehouse with a dock on it because for 6 years we unloaded furniture in that alley.
Teeny
at
tiny
Burkeville
space.
Center in a little small space, and we made it work.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so happy. I don't even know how we got all the fabric in that building that's over at that warehouse, all the fabric samples. It's amazing how much space we have now, and we can offer mattresses, which we weren't able to do before. We have 8 of them on display now for people to come and test, and they're handmade in Fort Worth, and it takes about a week to get them.
That company has been in business how many years?
They're the oldest manufacturer of
Yes,
mattresses
they
in the
are.
United States.
Yes, they are. Is that not amazing? And that they have stayed in business. Now
Yes.
that says something.
And
Craftsmanship.
They don't do advertising, so it keeps their prices affordable.
And they're handmade.
They're handmade.
And they are comfortable and nice, detailed, beautiful, embroidered.
Pretty.
Pretty.
It's kind of like the difference in buying a handmade quilt and a
Yes.
machine-made quilt.
Oh, certainly.
And it's the same kind of concept. Okay, so then
So-
you just moved forward.
Yeah,
with
and then
your
we carry
plan.
Peacock Alley bedding and Bellanote bedding. Peacock Alley is made in Dallas, and Bellanote is organically made in California.
And two different looks. You have a very tailored, clean, crisp line with the Peacock Alley, and Bellanote's kind of that shabby chic ruffle, fluff,
And-
fun, lace.
It just feels so good to be in their bedding.
I know. I
Both
love
of 'em are
Peacock
luxury.
Alley. I have bought several of their pieces, and it's really, really quality.
Yes.
Okay, and what else do you have there?
Well, we of course we carry Norwalk Custom Upholstery. They make custom ordered sofas, chairs, love seats, recliners, everything leather to fabric. We also carry probably 50 different lines of furniture. We have dining room tables now. We've got 6 of them on the showroom floor to see.
But you know what? I'm going to interrupt because, when a lot of people talk about, I want my sofa.
Yeah.
Really, Larry's specialty is, I'm going to help you find that sofa, but it's really about that whole room design. How's the traffic flow? What's going on? And the beauty of custom is that ability to put that detail of your personal touch, your color, your coordination of patterns. And that's what you're so gifted at.
Thank you. Absolutely.
That's why interior design is an art, because an interior designer uses walls and the floor and the ceiling, the whole thing, as their canvas.
Well, you have
That's
to have the
their
vision.
painting.
You have to be able to have the vision and the hearing to hear
Absolutely.
what you want in your room.
Absolutely. And it's not your room, it's their room.
Right. Right. And so many people can get stuck in a rut, and that's where Larry's like
Yes.
international flair with any and everything he does.
It has to do with personality. What is their personality? And anytime I would do a job, I would say, I want to come and spend the day with you. I don't want to spend an hour with you. I want to spend a day with you in your
Get to know how
space.
they use the space.
Yes, walk them around, sit down at their dining room table and look at things, And
and find out, is this a room that they use on a daily basis?
Yes.
Or do they just walk by and look at it and want it to look pretty?
Just want it to look pretty because it's a difference.
Right.
You can't put a piece on a dining room table that weighs 300 pounds if they have to move it every day.
That's right.
So
or you have pets, children, guests, how many?
Oh, absolutely.
There's a lot that goes into this.
Absolutely.
Do you have Bible study over here and you need seating for 12?
That's right. That is exactly right. Or do you never, ever go in there except Thanksgiving and Christmas?
That's right.
And then you don't use it. You just want it to set the table and don't even use it.
Oh, but what's so fun is what I learned from you, Larry, too, is how to go and measure that room and put it to quarter-inch scale. And it's almost like playing paper dolls and how you rearrange these rooms.
It's true.
You know, and move it through. Because it's not my room, or it's not, you know, you're creating it for that customer.
For that person, yeah.
And I'll tell you, Larry, I cannot do math. I cannot do algebra, but I can do almost to scale plane geometry because of the spacing, because I'm very spatial. And so I bet you can too. You can walk in a room and you can say that wall is 12 feet high,
right,
just by looking at it.
And pretty much know the perfect arrangement for the furniture and traffic flow just by looking.
Almost instantly, but that comes from being spatial. I have to tell you something funny about that. I was having lunch with a lady I did not know, and we were talking about something, and I said, yes, and I want to sit here. I'm very spatial. And she said, well, I know you're special.
Would you like a facial?
I'm a Texan. I'm a Texan talking in New Mexico. She said, I know you're special. No,
darling.
No, that's not what I said.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, bless your sweet little pea-picking heart. Okay, Larry, how do you vision moving forward with your business in this big space? Because this is going to afford you a lot of opportunities that you may not have had, like you were talking about the dock being an issue. And
right, and now we're just able to carry more product that's available immediately that you don't have to wait on.
Because of space.
Yes, and you can see the product so much better.
You can see the room, you know, versus the parts and pieces. You can see how it would come together. And the way you have the fabric laid out now, I mean, talk about a creative think tank. Your colors and your linens, your silks, it's all organized now.
And another fun thing we did over there was we built portable walls so we can change the environment throughout the year.
We love that.
Those spaces that I saw, so those are portable walls.
The walls are on casters, and I can move them around the showroom.
And that's how we did that for the art show.
Is. What a neat idea. Now, I know that that's available. I have seen that in art galleries and have even considered that in the art gallery in New Mexico. That's great.
Well, you know, we artists like change.
Yes.
You want to stay on, you know.
And we change things, don't we?
We
change pretty regularly.
Right, twice a year we get new fabric introductions. We lose fabrics weekly. They're discontinued from the mill. There's a problem with color from the mill, or they can't produce it anymore, and so they drop the fabrics from their lines.
Or they only have so much left.
Yes.
That happens a lot of times.
Well, you know, I want to speak to also in my cosmetic background, what I learned from Larry. In my world of cosmetics, it was very monochromatic. Pink lipstick, pink blush, you want to have that matching. And then my experience with you, Larry, was really mixing those patterns and prints and texture. And it was so much fun. I really enjoyed that part of the art process.
Yes.
And I know that's where you're just so talented and just ever creative.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
And we're almost getting ready to have a hard break, but when we come back, the thing that we're going to talk about is how an interior design uses the principles and elements of design in order to always get that room that works. And it has to work for you. People don't realize why they go into a room and they're uncomfortable. It's because the room is not well designed.
Absolutely.
And they want to get out of that room as fast as they can. Or they just aren't comfortable in the room and they find themselves a space to go into. So we're out of here and we're going to let Chris take it away.
Hey, Tyler Longview, it's your friend Sean Hannity here. Join me weekday afternoons 2 to 5, right after Rush, on your only local news radio, 97.5 KTBB FM.
You've waited months to bring it home? a beautiful painting that still takes your breath away, and you have just the right place in mind to hang it. All that's missing is a custom frame, that final detail that ties it all together. Trust your artwork to Gold Leaf Gallery with an eye for detail and a heart for artists.
In that announcement one day after an 18-year-old shot and killed 9 people at a mall in the Bavarian capital and then killed himself. Police are still searching for a motive, but say evidence points to an interest in mass shootings, and he may have used social media to lure people. ABC's crime and terror analyst Brad Garrett.
My guess is he's another kid that falls into this category. He felt powerless. He was angry. He was full of rage. It's interesting he used social media because I think he did that to attract people about his age to the McDonald's, so he would be basically shooting his peers.
In just a few hours, Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine will roll out the new Democratic ticket at a rally in Miami, the two appearing for the first time since Clinton chose the senator from Virginia as her running mate. The heat is on. Dangerous triple-digit temperatures combined with high humidity, creating scorching conditions in states across the country that will hang around through the weekend. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
You've waited months to bring it home, a beautiful painting that still takes your breath away, and you have just the right place in mind to hang it. All that's missing is a custom frame, that final detail that ties it all together. Trust your artwork to Gold Leaf Gallery with an eye for detail and a heart for artists. Gold Leaf Gallery offers custom framing and personalized service. Gold Leaf Gallery in the French Quarter in Tyler, framing by artists for artists. goldleafgallery.com.
As a family-owned business, the Bergfeld Insurance Agency values treasured heirlooms. The agency has been passed down through generations, so they understand the importance of ensuring family history. Trust the Bergfeld Agency to insure your collectible art and precious jewels. Homeowner policies may not cover your collection, so call today for a free quote. They're an independent agency offering customized policies from multiple carriers for home, auto, RV, and business. BergfeldAgency.com.
Hey, nice car. I can't help but notice you're listening to the radio right now. Right on. Yeah, the radio's pretty cool. Yeah, too bad you can't listen to it when you get out of the car. Cars, man. They're like the world's heaviest radio, am I right? Yeah, good luck fitting that thing in your pocket. But no, seriously, like, jokes aside, I got this app. Another app, I know, hear me out. This thing lets me use the FM receiver that's built into my phone so I can listen to local radio wherever I take my phone, which is everywhere. So I can listen to the radio everywhere. And I can see what's playing on every station, save my favorites. Oh, and it uses 75% less battery power and 20 times less data than my streaming apps. It's called Next Radio. Try it. I mean, you're already listening to the radio. Listen in more places. Check supported devices and download the free app today from Google Play. Next Radio. Live and local wherever you go.
We live in Texas. It gets hot. Window tinting is going to reduce the heat in your car tremendously.
That's Dennis Mortis, owner of Stereo and Video Center of Tyler.
A lot of people don't realize that their windows are just a smoked glass. They think they have window tint, but they really don't. They just have a smoked glass. Most tints are going to reduce 30 to 50% of heat transference into your car.
Not all window tinting is the same. Stereo and Video Center installs vehicle window tinting that looks great while keeping out the heat.
When you look at window tinting, especially if you look at an inexpensive job, they're going to use a dye film. The problem with dye films is they turn purple. But we use a metallized film. It's not going to change colors. I guarantee you'd be satisfied with ours.
Stereo and Video Center of Tyler for home entertainment, car and truck audio, window tinting, and outdoor living. On South Broadway across from Lowe's. Online at StereoVideoCenter.com. Stereo and Video Center.
Thanks for the memories.
At Schlitterbahn Water Park, the magic begins the moment we arrive.
Jump in, now we're living in the moment. Take a joyride on a water slide. How I wish this day would last forever. Hold on to every moment. We're going to Schlitterbahn. Hold on to every moment.
There are more ways to play and splash the day away together. Parking and tubes are free, and Schlitterbahn lets you bring a picnic. At the end of the day, we all have something special to hold on to.
Hold on to every moment. The hottest, coolest
Buy discounted tickets at schlitterbahn.com.
Take us with you on your smartphone or iPad. Search KTBB in the App Store. Sponsored by Tyler Ford.
We're back with the Art Connection of East Texas. I'm Nita Friend Ward, and we're here with our special guest, Larry Lott, this morning. Thank you, Larry, for being here. And my sweet little co-host, Cindy. Cindy, I'm going to tell you, I've never seen anybody, and I thought I was good at extending birthdays. Honey, we're going into 3 weeks now.
Well, I used to celebrate it a month. Our whole family, it's like Christmas time from the mid-June to mid-July. So it's, I'm just used to celebrating all month. And why not celebrate every day? Didn't Madonna make a song about that?
There you go. That's right.
Well, thank you all for celebrating my birthday.
We had fun.
It's been the best birthday ever, just being back here in Tyler with all the love of family and friends and new friends.
Yes. One of the things we always do is we tell you what's coming up on ACET the next few weeks. Next weekend, on Saturday, we have Elaine Uthsnussen. Elaine is a lady who has come here from South Africa.
I can't wait to meet her.
She lives here. She is a lovely,
sounds
lovely
regal.
woman.
She's
She is
very
regal.
talented.
She's very talented. She's regal. We have her art in Valarosa Designs and Gallery, and she is a very, very. She paints from her spiritual side, her spiritual heart, and she has a beautiful painting of a lion with deep, beautiful blue eyes.
Have you seen the zebra she painted?
Yes, gorgeous,
She's incredible,
amazing, and she has a book, and her work is just exquisite. So tune in and for Elaine next weekend and come by Valarosa and see her work. And then on August the 6th, we have Gail Lassiter. She will be here. And then on the 13th is Jay Garnell. He's finishing up his Master of Fine Arts at UT Tyler. He does a lot of teaching there as a student. We have Don Bristow, who is coming in on August the 20th. And I was telling Cindy that Bill and I are headed over to M6 Winery in Bullard this afternoon because they called yesterday and invited us to come over because I have not met them, and I want to go over and meet them. So I'm looking forward to meeting Ann and Joe Moody at the M6 Winery in Bullard tomorrow. And Don Bristow is getting an art show together there.
He's an incredible mathematician.
Yes,
How he puts those formulas in and creates the art is just mind-boggling.
His work is absolutely incredible.
It is. It's
and
beautiful.
they're big scale, too.
Yes, a big scale in the way they're done on that metal. Just amazing. And then on Saturday, August 27th, we're going to dedicate that date to the Fashion Week and all the planning that's going into that and putting that out there. And New Mexico. Valarosa is going to be involved in that, and many, many other very quality businesses are going to be pushing this forward.
Yes, so you'll have to stay tuned for announcements because we're still putting all of the final parts and pieces together. We'll have some more announcements as we go on. We did mention the Tyler Fashion Week will be September 9, 10, 11. There is going to be a special preview for August 11th, so stay tuned for more details on that.
Okay, and we'll talk about that on the 13th, too.
Correct, but by the time the 26th comes, we have our next guest that will be able to speak about what happened at Fashion Week in between that next round of events.
So we're going to keep up with this and make things really make you aware of what's going on from an art perspective.
Well, and it's something very meaningful for Tyler. Tyler is not like a little sleepy town anymore. We're on the map.
No, it's exploding.
Right. Well, what kind of housing development are we talking?
Out in Flint.
Yes.
They're building a new, I think it's 250 acres out there. There's going to be a Wyndham micro hotel, which I'm going to do the lobby.
I know. I'm so
very
excited for
about
you.
That.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How wonderful.
They're going to have a movie studio grill out there, a gated assisted living complex.
But like the project developments was like Vegas, Atlanta, Flint.
Right.
I mean, go figure.
The development company is building 5 hotels across the United States, and out of Atlanta and Las Vegas and Flint.
And Larry Lott with his international flair.
Well, and guys, think about this. And I heard this the other day. People are not moving to the north. People are moving to the south.
It's because we're so nice.
They will. It's the weather. And it's the taxes. Mm-hmm. We're going to fill that place up. It'll be filled up in no time.
It will be.
Yes. And a lot of people are moving out of the big cities, and you've got retirement age people that are looking for those downsizing homes. And
I probably meet people weekly that are moving to Tyler from
you
all
do.
over.
Yes.
But see, I want to keep my 100 acres of land, our family land, like as a nature preserve. I'm like, please don't come this way, but it's headed that
For
way.
your bees.
I know my bees and trees.
Well, and
they
you
need a
can-
space
you
and
can do
place
that.
too. I
You-
know.
You can do that
Well,
and preserve them. And even in our East Lake Wood, I see bees. I have a plant right there at our feet, and there's bees and butterflies all over it. So they're there somewhere.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Yes,
so.
they are. I want to also remind people about the Texas Shakespeare Festival is coming to a close. It will end on Sunday, tomorrow week, Sunday, July the 31st. It will be the last day. So if you want to go,
And where is that held?
it's in Kilgore, and it's been going on since 1980.
30 years
around
now.
1980.
Wow.
And it's a great, great thing. And they have professional actors. They're doing the Shakespeare plays, and they're doing Carousel. Going tomorrow with my daughter to see Carousel.
Aw.
Very well done. So if you want to
I
go
think
over,
Cassie Edmonds' mother is involved in that.
Yes, that's how we found out about it. And the next week, here comes the Shakespeare representative speaking with us.
And if you want to get a ticket, there's still lots of tickets left. 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. is the box office. You can do it online, or you can call over there. They're closed on Mondays, and the ticket office is 903-983-8601. We want to give those great people a shout out so that they can continue this program. It began very small, Larry. I remember when it began. Bill and I had just married, and he became superintendent at a community near there.
The year I graduated from high school.
Yes. Oh, stop it.
Yesterday.
Okay, we were going to talk about using the principles and elements of design in interior design. And that goes back to what Cindy was saying. That's what geared my mind to think about this. Using color, texture, line, proportion, all of those things that come from those two ways of thinking about something that's artistically acceptable and that works.
Yeah, I think probably the first thing you have to do is find out how the people are going to use the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, this is the room that they live in, and they watch TV in here every night, and they have dinner in here. What do they do in the space?
Mm-hmm.
And then take into account the size of the people,
Which
is very important.
That's very big, yes.
Often we'll have a smaller woman married to a bigger man.
Bill and I.
Oh, there you go. And you have to accommodate both people to be able to sit comfortably in the room. And sometimes it'll end up being the husband will sit in one chair and the wife will sit in another, or maybe she's using the sofa.
Mm-hmm. But you also have to marry their styles, too.
You do.
That's a tricky art.
Yes.
Part of being an interior designer is also being a therapist.
That is exactly right.
And listening to everyone's needs and wants. And
solution-oriented.
Yes. And more often we're seeing the men become involved in interior design. And because of that, we're seeing more masculine textures and finishes evolve into the rooms. And a lot of times the men really want to have an input to the way they live.
Do you remember the cowboy that came in? He was like, "Don't tell anybody I'm here. It's going to ruin my reputation." But he was surprised we got it all right. He was blown away. And they had been looking for over a year, but by listening and marrying those styles and arts and blends, it was beyond their expectation.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, and that's the way it was with Bill and I. Bill's a hunter and a motorcycle guy and all of those things. And so when I designed our home, it's based around his hunting, his animals, the things he has on the wall.
Because you want him to be comfortable in the room as well.
Spending time in the home with me. And I looked for, I looked for 2 years for a recliner that was big enough for his shoulders.
And that's a hard thing to find for a big man.
It was, but I can't sit in it. I can't get out of it.
Right.
And so that speaks very well to what you were talking about. And so anything that we buy in the home for me, I have to have an ottoman.
Right.
Because my feet never touch the floor on a sofa or anything. You can't make it short enough for me. It'd be on the floor almost. So
that's one of the nice things about Norwalk Furniture is they make furniture for people all over the United States. So they have different scale furniture, because they do a lot of business in Chicago, in New York, where they have small spaces to live in.
Sure.
And then they also do business in Texas, where we have big, giant homes.
We spread out, don't we?
But you have to have that scale of your furniture proportioned to the room, and eventually, if we do all this homework ahead of time, like what you taught us, Larry, the end result, by doing that ahead of time, it saves you time and costly mistakes.
Absolutely.
Who was the lady that had her room done 5 times, parts, pieces, piecemealed it, and finally said, scrap it after 3 years, let's just go and do it right.
Do it right.
Time and
There
costly
you go.
mistakes.
And that's why it's a good thing to try to do it all at one time. And we have a break and we need to leave for a moment. We'll be right back.
Your only local news radio is now on FM. Set a button for 97.5 KTBB FM.
Are you looking for an excellent and professional real estate team? Judy Kunzman and her team of professionals at Keller Williams Realty are ready and excited to help you with your real estate needs. With Judy having 20 plus years of experience, she's definitely the person to have working for you. She brings her enthusiasm and professionalism required to get you to the closing table. And Judy will make buying or selling a home easier for you. Call the Judy Kunzman team today, 903-581-0111. They're selling real estate with a smile.
This is Bobby Stroop with APEC, hoping you've had a great summer so far. Did you miss our Summer 1? If so, we've got an incredible Summer 2 short training system, August 1st through the 19th. Summer 2 is a great option for kids that have been doing other things all summer or want to continue to get better from Summer 1. Kindergarten through 2nd grade, 3rd through 5th grade, middle school, high school, and college. This training system is going to focus on total athletic development. You can do all 3 weeks, or you can sign up for individual weeks. The fall starts August 22nd. Our baseball and softball program has gotten a lot of attention. Don't forget about our soccer program, along with basketball and everything in between. Act now for specials on Summer 2 and special discounts on the fall. Please call now as space is limited. 903-939-2732, or go to the web, apecgo.com. That's apecgo.com.
The same people you trust after a fire or water damage may also keep your house clean year-round. That's because the specialists at SerPro of Tyler are trained in every category of clean, from mold remediation to the cleaning of carpets, upholstery, air ducts, roofs, and crawl spaces. They're here to help protect every square foot of your most valuable possessions. So call SerPro of Tyler at 903-561-0168. That's the bright green cleanup team at SerPro of Tyler. Call today. A pipe burst in the basement begins to fill, putting the picture albums and the family heirlooms in danger. You can't plan on it, but you can plan for it by making sure you're ready for whatever happens with SerPro of Tyler at 903-561-0168. With our mobile site at serpro.com bookmarked and 903-561-0168 and programmed into your phone, when the things that matter most are on the line, you'll know that we are too. So before fire and water damage strikes, make sure you're ready by planning with the trusted professionals at SerPro of Tyler, like it never even happened.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Almost anywhere that you have wood, we can cover that with vinyl.
Tina Chambliss, owner of Bullard Siding,
which eliminates your need to paint. Cleaning is as easy as a pressure washer, a car wash brush. It's easy, it's clean, and once you clean it, it looks new every time.
With today's vinyl siding placed where you now see wood, your home will look better, and you'll never have to paint again.
Siding is not the same as it was on our grandparents' house. There are so many different styles available, from a shingle to a board and batten to your horizontal siding. A quality siding installation, it's going to look like wood. It's going to look better because it's not going to chip, it's not going to need painting.
Let Bullard Siding be your home improvement resource. Bullard Siding, more than 70 years, serving Tyler and East Texas. Online at bullardsiding.com. Bullard Siding.
This is Rita Fryer for East Texas Cornerstone. You can help transform lives. Support the second annual No Run Run happening now through August 8th. The No Run Run is easy and fun. East Texas sign up to not run a marathon on August 8th. Friends donate for every mile they don't run, and on August 8th, everyone relaxes. No Run Run gifts help Cornerstone provide immediate employment, effective job training, and affordable food and clothing. Learn more and support your non-runner at etcornerstone.org.
News Talk 97.5 FM, KTBB. With you everywhere you go at KTBB.com. KTBB.com. Hosted by Group M7.
Good morning, East Texas. I'm Cindy Trimble, your co-host here, the Art Connection of East Texas. We're so glad you're listening. We're sitting here with Nita Fran Ward and our favorite Larry Lott of Larry Lott Interiors, who's just moved to the Designs District, or Arts and Culture District with your Design Center.
512 East Ferguson.
Yes, it's worth an adventure. We kept talking about Bergfeld Center as an adventure. You've got to come downtown and see everything going on downtown.
Tied together. It's what, a mile and a half?
Yeah.
Probably between the two.
My friend in Houston laughed at me last night because I'm like, oh, I have to drive 15 minutes. That's so far. They're like, oh, you've turned into one of those.
They don't really want to hear us whine, do
they?
they?
Don't.
They don't.
Oh, but Larry, tell us about your sale because you have so many great pieces, and I know people are like, oh, look, it's so beautiful.
So we are doing 40 to 75% off.
Amazing.
Everything in the showroom.
You don't do that ever.
Ever. We're so excited to be in this giant new space with all this room where you can see the merchandise. We have tabletop, giftware, accessories, lamps, rugs, sofas, chairs.
But it's kind of an ambient shopping adventure, too, because it's like very closed in. There's, very mood lit just naturally because there's no windows.
There's no windows.
So it's all chandeliers and loveliness.
We have a big giant tree limb coming through the ceiling.
Okay, and that's what everybody loved the most at the art show. They're like, how do I do that? And tell us how you created that chandelier.
So it's a tree limb that fell in a yard, and we took it and chained it to the ceiling and covered the thing in Christmas lights.
It's like a half a tree.
Half of a tree. And then we hung copper chandeliers from it.
It's
breathtakingly beautiful.
That's creativity, absolutely.
And you don't see
to
the change, you see the chandeliers.
to see a limb that is a problem, because you got to get rid of it, and to make it into something artistic.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You know what, though? Because you, even going into your design center, is all about going out on a limb.
There we go.
That's good, Cindy.
Ba-dum-bum.
You're really good at that. And in the world of art, interior design has its place, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely. It's the art we live in.
It's the art we live in, and being sure that if people would just realize, even in buying a painting, if they would realize how influential that painting is to bringing them happiness and joy, and we should be happy and joyful in our homes.
Yeah, I think that's the most satisfying thing about my job. When I was a fashion designer, I never got to see the end results of the art on the consumer. And this, I see the end result because the people live it in their lives, and I get to see the joy on their face when they see the finished product.
The finished product.
And they're so proud to share it with their friends and to be that voice of
absolutely, Cindy. That's the first thing you do. You have a party.
Absolutely.
You have a party.
After Christmas and after the parties, and you put things away, and you're like, oh, it's time to decorate again. It looks kind of sparse.
Start for spring.
Yep.
Most of the time, we find ourselves having to almost talk people into thinking about how their homes look. I have found that, and they say, "Oh, I don't want to know that. I don't know that I want to spend my money making my home look that way."
Yeah, it's the second largest financial decision that they'll make in their life. The first being that they bought a home, and the second is they're going to furnish it.
That's right.
Well,
You're
even
exactly
too,
right.
when they're buying the furniture, it's like you're sleeping in your bed every single night, and they're like, "Oh, I'll wait on those nice sheets." It's like, no, you're going to sleep in that.
Where do
Dream.
you spend more time besides on your feet at your job?
Asleep.
Or in the car, asleep in bed.
Yep.
And your productivity the next day depends on how well you slept. And so that it is a big deal.
But your sheets can also make a difference in how your skin ages and how
Yes.
soft and silky your hair is.
Yes, all of that.
I did not want to get out of the bed this morning with my
I'm proud of you. He even sent me a text going, "I'm awake. I'm surprised." Thank you, Larry Lott, for being with us. This is so much fun having you here.
What's the favorite thing about your job? We have about 40 seconds for you to say that.
Ooh, my favorite thing is definitely seeing the joy in people's face after they get their room done.
Mm-hmm. And you have a lot of joy and love in your heart, Larry, with all that you give into the community. So thank you.
Yeah.
You really do give out there to so many charitable causes with just your heart of gold, Larry.
Thank you.
And you have two precious little poodles.
I do. Javier and Gabrielle, come visit them. They're at the store with me every day.
Javier and Gabrielle.
Yes.
Oh,
They're like circus poodle dogs, and they just want to kiss and love you.
They'll greet you at the front door.
Now, their color is it champagne?
Apricot.
Apricot.
Yep.
They are the apricot ones. Okay.
Well, Art Connection of East Texas, this has been a fun morning, has it not?
Yes, it has. And we want to be sure and encourage you to check out ACETnetwork.net. And Marv is working right now putting photos and putting all of our past interviews on the website, and that will be done within the next 2 weeks.
Rush Limbaugh, weekdays at 11. Set a new button for 97.5 FM, KTBB.